Dean of the Faculty of Humanities and Social Science, Curriculum Committee of English Language Teaching, Ph.D. program. The participants, okay, both from online and on-site. It is my great honor, okay, to be invited to preside over the intensive workshop entitled Enhancing Teaching and Research Efficiency, Integrating Online and AI Tools in English Language Teaching and Research, under the project English Academic Performance and Advanced Digital Skills of Ph.D. students and lecturers of the Faculty of Humanities and Social Science, Buriram Rajabhat University. Just you know that we are in the digital disruption, and then it's very difficult to avoid using the IT, right, to in organizing the teaching and researching, right? Just today, we are very lucky, okay, to have our experts in the field of using AI tools, okay, in English language teaching and researching in Thailand over the world. As the MC mentioned, okay, Associate Professor Dr. Atipat Boonmoh, okay, from KMUTT. So today I do hope that all of you will learn and gain more knowledge how to use AI tool, okay, in English language teaching and researching. In this occasion, I would like to declare the intensive workshop entitled Enhancing Teaching and Research Efficiency, Integrating Online and AI Tools in English Language Teaching and Research officially open. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the organizing committee of this workshop, PhD program, and the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, and also graduate school, I would like to express my sincere thanks to our Vice President, Assistant Professor Dr. Naromin Prachanan for his academic support, but also for being our chairpersons of this intensive workshop. And before delivering a thankful message to our invited speakers, I also would like to thank you very so much, our academic partners from both BRU and other institutes, both in Thailand and overseas. Now, not just only the PhD students attending this workshop on site at BRU campus, but also we have academic partners from different universities, including Mahidol University, Ubon Ratchathani, Rajabhat University, and our academic friends from Myanmar, from China, etc. Thank you very so much for your interest in this our workshop. If possible, next time we would like you to have this academic event in person at our BRU campus. I'm very certain that the workshop today will be definitely useful for all of you, including me, because the topic delivered by the invited speaker today is very trendy indeed. It's relevant to AI application used for certain the necessary data relevant to your current studies, as mentioned by Mr. Chairperson, Vice President, that this period of AI disruption. So we have no choice, but it is a must for us to use it creatively, particularly for your PhD dissertation. It will be useful, of course. So I'm very certain that the workshop today will be certainly applicable to your current studies. So at this auspicious moment, I would like to invite all of you, both online and on-site, please join me in extending our gratitude and also our thanks, sincere thanks to the evening speaker from King Mongkut University of Thonburi, that is Associate Professor Dr. Atipat Boonmoh. Thank you very much for coming today. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Atipat Boonmoh. Okay, so I would like to ask the people who is in on the Zoom, can you hear me? If you can hear, can you raise your hand, please? Okay, all right. So everybody is here. All right. So first of all, I would like to thank you, the PhD program in English language teaching, Faculty of Humanity and Social Science, Buriram Rajabhat University, especially Associate Professor Dr. Akaraphon and also Assistant Professor Dr. Navomin, for inviting me to be a guest speaker of this workshop. Okay. I work at KMUDT in Bangkok. Okay. So our workshop today, okay, I decided to be a very intensive one, okay, and a friendly one as well, where, you know, everybody will have a chance to speak, okay, and to do a lot of activities, okay. So it's more or less like hands-on experience, okay. So how many of you are language teacher here? Just raise your hand. Yes, okay. So we are all language teacher, and our main responsibility is teaching, right? Teaching, that's the priority. And apart from that, okay, you have to do research. You have to do research. So the structure of my talk today is gonna be in the morning session, focusing on teaching, okay, using tools, AI tools that can help you, that can facilitate, okay, your teaching, okay, to be smoother. And in the afternoon, okay, I'm gonna be talking on, you know, researching, okay, through with the use of technology. All right. Okay, so let me start by sharing the screen here. All right. So I think everybody everybody sees my screen here. Okay. It's gonna take a while. All right. So this is the topic, right? Okay, enhancing teaching and researching efficiency. Okay, through by integrating online and AI tools in English language teaching and also in research. Okay. Thank you. So first of all, okay, this is my thank you, Dr. Akharab, for making this for me. Okay, very nice. All right, so we now know that, you know, technology is important. Okay, it's really, really important because research shows that technology could help enhance our teaching. Okay, not only language teaching, but many other fields, right? So we already integrate, you know, different type of technology in our classroom. Have anyone here used before? Yes, you have. How about quizzes? Yes. How about Mentimeter? Not yet. How about like tablet? You haven't heard of that. Some of you have, some of you have not. Okay. So you could see that there are technological tools or application available, okay, for us to choose from, when we teach. Okay. But then, okay, we know that technology, it changed the way okay, it changed the way we communicate, changed the way we do business, and especially it changed how we learn and how we teach. Okay, so think about sometime in 2019, 2018. Okay, so it was about 5 years ago, maybe, right? Okay, so you were teaching 100% in class. Is that right? Okay, and what happened? And what happened in 2020? COVID-19, right? COVID-19. Okay, so, and I think sometime around April 2020, boom, we could no longer teach in class, but we have to work from home. We have to teach from home, right? So on-site teaching is not possible, and online teaching is not an option, but we must, but an obligation, right? An option, but an obligation. So let me, okay, ask you, a few of you here, okay, could you please, can you think of, okay, the first week or the first few weeks of your online teaching? So it must be sometime into 2020, right? Okay. So can you please share with us, like, how did you feel, or what application did you use during that time? Anyone would like to share? Mm-hmm. 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 All right. Thank you. I think you were going to say something as well. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So the presenter spoke a minute ago. She was saying because she was not using the mic, so the people on the Zoom can hear. She was using Zoom as well and some other application like Word Wall. Okay. All right. So how about, think about your very, very, very first application, online platform. Did you use Zoom right away? You use Google Meet? Anyone else? Does anyone use live video call? No, never. Okay. So how about in China? What, when you have to teach online, what do you have? What platform do you use? Mm-hmm. 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 Oh. Mm-hmm. 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 All right. I have one participant, I think she's from China, Yiling Wang, right? Is she from, right? And then she participated and then she said ding ding, right? So ding ding, is it VOOV? Alibaba. Okay. Yeah, okay. There are so many applications, but my very first experience, teaching online, I used Facebook and I used Facebook Live. And looking back at that time, well, I wish I knew, Microsoft Teams and Google Meet and Zoom. Okay. Well, do you think that teaching online is the same as teaching in class? Because we are teacher, learn classroom management, we learn teaching strategy, we learn how to deal with, giving feedback and things like. But that's on-site environment. But when you teach online, is that going to be the same kind of, style or technical strategy that you can use? My question is, what you learned that, okay, these are some technique for managing the class. These are some technique for explaining on site. Can you, simply apply it to your online teaching? Yes, please. Mhm. 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 That's a very good point. In terms of the classroom management, you see the student. Like, for example, I see everybody here. So I can okay? I can speak louder. I can walk to you, okay? And, could not sleep. Maybe if you're sleeping, I will say, okay, how are you? And things like that. And then, oh, that wakes you up. But for online class, you turn off the camera and we don't know, right? Okay. So, it's difficult in online situation, right? You only see what I want you to see, okay? So, and we know that when we talk about communication, okay, so we have verbal communication and also non-verbal communication, right? So, is it okay for you to turn off the camera when you are teaching? We don't do that, okay? We don't do that, right? And then, maybe what you can do is, you might want to keep, telling the student that this is the component of, very important for communication, for successful communication, okay? All right, I'm gonna go to my next slide, okay? So now we know that online teaching is not an option, but it's a compulsory, right? It's a compulsory. So I'd like you have a mobile phone, okay? So if you are on Zoom, I think you could scan it right away, okay? So if you are on Zoom, I'd like you to, help me, okay, scan. And the question is, what are the characteristics of an effective communicator? If you want to communicate effectively, what should be the characteristic? For example, you need to be a good listener. For example, you have to speak clearly. Okay, something like that. Imagine Mary, do you have a mobile phone? Yes. Okay, so could you please scan this QR code? And once you scan, okay, look for this one. Okay, you look for this. And once you look for this, and then it will show, you could type something there, you write something. Okay. So I now know. I could write on the screen, people on the screen see, but you do not. Okay. And here's the result. So we have someone saying that clear utterance and maybe language is needed sometime. Okay. So you click here, right? And once you click here, there will be, a window pop up, and then you could write. You need to be a good listener. Yes, and you could write here. Maybe you should talk. Okay, and then you just publish, and then we have quite a lot, in an online setting, because that when we are teaching, communication is really, really important, and you need engagement, you need student participation in the class, right? Okay. Okay. Yili Wang, can you see what people are writing? Could you turn on the microphone and let us know?
Sorry, sorry, I cannot see.
You could not see, okay, but can you use the application? You can.
Yeah,
I
yes.
teach many different group of Chinese students who are in China, and I can guarantee that this can be used in China. Okay. Okay, so I'm sharing the screen. Maybe you could see it now. All right, all right. So my question is, effective communicator, like face to face, okay? But now maybe if you would like to talk with your partner, with someone next to you, the same question, but I want to add to what are the characteristics of an effective online communicator? Okay. Now this time is, an effective online communicator, okay? If you have to communicate with someone, not physically present, but online, what other things that you think, that you need to add? Okay, maybe 2 minutes, please. Can you talk with your partner? Would you like to share? When we are talking online, Hear voice, play instruction, and motivation.
If the participant motivated, they will participate actively.
All right, good point. Okay, the point is very important. And clear instruction. Okay, but to add anything to the clear instruction, so you can say it already many times. I said it clear. And also, I think that anyone asking about Buriram, and I'm going to talk to you first to say something. Written instruction. Okay. You have written instruction. About you, about me too. I am the participant. I sometimes, or many times, I turn on the camera, go to my drink, and go to the toilet, and then you miss that 30 seconds of the instruction. What do you do? Right? So it doesn't mean your instruction is not clear, but there are times that the student, they will call by another. Maybe something like that, and then they miss the instruction. So I always do two things. Okay, having oral instruction, short and simple, and also written instruction. Okay, written instruction is very important. Very good point. Anything else, okay, that you need when you are doing online teaching or online communication?
I think online communication, we should be always aware of that. Online communication or teaching is always more difficult than the face-to-face communication. That is we have to always remember that it's very difficult because I cannot see you and I still feel as you. I always keep in mind that it is more difficult. Some people take part in life, but actually far more difficult than being the better.
Okay, good. So it's not easy, right? You think that it's easy, but actually it's not. And how can, you now you said the kind of problem, what are the solutions? How do you solve this?
I think more pitches and maybe more and always remind them you have to keep in touch with me. Also, in the real world, I'm not in your I'm not with you, but I can always remind you with you. Also, always respect them. And then you know that very watching.
Okay, very good. I want you to say something else.
Getting feedback from the people who are listening to us, getting their response. For example, asking questions, from my experience, they might not turn on a video, but when they ask them to just click on some emoticons or some reaction on Zoom, that's something that I usually hear by instruction beginning. That's what they have. And also, when I do instruction, I need to ask them if they really understand. For example, what do you have to give an example? What example do you have to discuss, or do you have to just write answer in the Zoom chat? And I need a reaction back.
Okay.
For example, if you click on smiley face or yes or no.
All right. And one of the very simple thing is speak slower. Okay, you have to speak lower than your normal speed. Okay, and many times, okay, when I teach, I am speaking and writing at the same time. Okay, good morning, everyone. Okay, how are you today? Okay, okay. Did you do anything interesting? Okay, and then they say, they know what I said, because if there are some technical problems going on, they can still see the written text. And if the communication, there's no technical problem, they can match what I say with what they see, right? Because many times they know, Ajahn, I don't understand you. Why? Because the way they pronounce is, maybe another way is different, right? So if you could see and hear at the same time, that can also, enhance their communication as well. All right. Okay. How do you check the student attendance in an online class? Yili Wang, are you a teacher?
Yes, Ajahn. I'm a teacher, English
Okay,
teacher.
so when you were teaching, yeah, she's a teaching teacher. Can you type here? Okay, so can you write? Okay, how do you check student attendance? Okay, so please write here. Okay, and then I'm gonna let other talk first. Okay, and then I'm gonna read your answer. Okay, how do you check the student attendance? Có đấy. Okay, comment that's a very practical way. Anyone else have different idea in checking student attendance? But all they have to do any number. Actually, a lot of when I teach at some universities, the first thing that they come, they write their name. Atipat Boonmoh, and then everyone just do something like that. But are they really that? They are there in the first 5 minutes, and then we did 94. Okay, any other ways that we can do? I want to share my ways that
normally for my students after I finish the class, because maybe not because sometimes I want to motivate them. I want to know that they still alive or not. Maybe,
Okay, interesting. And these are some of my techniques. Okay, she has not answered yet. The very first thing that I do, okay, I would ask everybody to change their display name. Okay, so you go to rename, okay, and what's your number? Oh, my number is number 34 in the class. Okay, and then you can see, if you don't have a lot of students, you can do that right away, and then you could see, oh, which number is missing. Okay, that's one thing. Okay, another thing is, because in my class, I always ask students, first thing when you come to class, change your display name. Change your display name. And after changing the display name, I will do this. Checking attendance. And okay. Please join the breakout room. Okay, please join the breakout room. So let me share the screen for the participant there. You need to share join the breakout room. Do you know breakout room? The breakout room is, if you are the host, am I the host now? Okay, I am not the host นี่คือมีใครเป็นโฮสต์ได้อะครับให้สิทธิ์ผมเป็นโฮสต์ได้ไหมครับ อ๋อโอเคเพราะว่าถ้าเป็นโฮสต์ปุ๊บผมจะแชร์หน้าจอได้ทันทีโอเค well okay all right so let me tell you okay my way the very first thing that I do okay I am going to start with this one it's how to Zoom okay it's actually how you could use Zoom okay and then I think you know Zoom right เคยใช้ไหมครับ do you know what all the function that they really have okay so in language teaching let me put into language teaching how many tenses are there in English 12 okay right who's sitting back to อาจารย์ Onsali what is your name อาจารย์ธิดา okay Jida okay Jida so what are the main three tenses and future do we need to know in order to speak to have a daily conversation do you need to use all 12 tenses no but do you need to know yes okay so in terms of productive skill right you don't need to use all 12 tenses but for receptive you need to know right the same as Zoom okay you need to know what Zoom can offer but using a particular function or not it's entirely your choice okay this is the very first few steps okay so I do it explicitly explicit means telling the student okay maybe if you have good student sorry you just simply ask them what are these functions you use annotation tools เคยใช้หรือไม่ครับ no have you used that annotation tools what is this what is that okay we are now on this everyone if you go to the toilet and you don't see okay we are on this page เคยใช้ไหมครับ we have it okay and that facilitates learning because I always tell everybody when you communicate in Thai สร้างความลำบากให้กับคนฟังให้น้อยที่สุด okay that is your job you don't have to speak very perfect English you don't speak very fast because if you speak fast with very weak learner you are creating difficulty for them right important thing is the audience apply to your writing thesis too okay สร้างความลำบากให้กับคนอ่านน้อยที่สุด right you know so well about your work right but the audience may not okay so your way of writing that's why we should have introduction we should have transitional language so that checking that oh they are with you okay they are with you okay and you could see that as the host okay I can do a breakout room as well breakout room putting everyone into a smaller group okay and that create a lot of interaction มีใครเคยให้นักศึกษาเข้าห้อง breakout room ไหมครับ anyone you have okay you have that's a very good way of doing it okay if you happen to teach online okay maybe you might want to consider using the breakout room all right and after that I also have this. Okay. So advanced sharing. Okay. The student have to share screen. Do you ask students to share and present their work? Yes. Do they know how to share? Some do, some don't, ใช่ไหมครับ but tell them right away, okay? Tell them right away that, when they want to share something, okay? When they want to share something, they have to first do this, like for example, first they have to click share, that's number one, okay? And number two, they select the screen that they want to share, right? That's number two. And number three, don't forget to share sound, right? Because, sometimes they are sharing the audio and things like that, okay? And finally, click share the screen, okay? This may be simple, but this is like, this is the very first day of class. It's like housekeeping activity, housekeeping, right? To keep the room nice and clean. Okay, so this is more like classroom management. The student knows the class rule, and when they do, the presentation, when they share the screen in the next time, they know immediately how they can use it, right? Also, okay, they could use annotation tools, right? They could use annotation tools. Anyone on Zoom right now, you look at the pen here, right? And then you will see the tab here. You could do a lot with it, right? You could do a lot with it. Writing, doing this kind of work, okay? Now I'd like to share, okay, my screen here. I think I do have the picture with me. You see that the screen? This is the student writing. Okay. So this happened during, a lunch break or, coffee break. And then, you said, okay, class, let's have a 10-minute break. Okay. And during online, like students don't see their friends. Okay. And this is maybe a platform for them, right? That, they could talk to their partner. They could share what they feel. Okay. What else do I have? I have this one as well. It is really good. And I get the student feedback that Ajahn, I like it because we are not majoring English, we major some other subject, and when I show this, they can show that they can do something, they are good at something, right? This group of the students, they are studying like drawing and things like that, and then they show their ability. Okay, that's one way of doing it. Okay. Another way of checking the attendance, right? Okay, so you could, I simply use Padlet, okay, the same Padlet here. And this is what you give the instruction, choose an object or item that means something to you, and then they start putting their name. I know right away, right away, who is it? So that's easy. So as a teacher, you need to teach a lot, I know, but you need to have some different way that you can work smart and help your life easier as well. All right. Okay. So that's how I check the attendance. Okay. All right. Anyone else want to share your idea before I move on to the next slide? Okay. It's really difficult. I wish I have, because actually at my home, I have this. Okay, so let me share with you. This is my office and my home. Background photo. Okay. So you could see that, when I teach online, I have one computer, an extended computer, a mobile phone. Okay. I have quite a lot because, I like to do activity. Okay. Because I don't like the class to be, one-way communication. Hence, I wanted to do uh, hand-on and interactive. Okay. So I have a lot with me. So but I would recommend that you have one extended computer. That should be enough. Your laptop and one extended monitor. Okay. And that way, whatever you want to share with the student could be on the extended computer, and you could still chat and then use Facebook at the same time, right? Doing multitasking, something like that. So who has extended monitor when you're teaching online? Anyone? You have, right? You have. Do you also do something like this? Two monitor. All right. Thank you. Okay. Now let me share the screen. Okay. We're gonna go here to my slide. All right. So we did this activity. อันนี้มันเยอะใช่ไหมครับ You cannot see it from here. Okay. All right. Now, maybe I'd like to talk about, my work a little bit. Okay. So my work here is integration of technology during the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay. So asking the teachers experience the challenges and their needs, okay, of Thai EFL teacher. Okay, so this article was published in Reflection, okay, a journal at KUTT, Scopus Hill 2, okay, Scopus Hill 2. And this collaborative work by me from KUTT, Ajahn Thidapon from Victoria University of Wellington, from where Jonathan Newton came, okay, and also one from Thammasat University. Okay, so basically, we want to know how the teacher, university teacher as well, their experience in using online tools, their challenges, the challenges that they have, and maybe the very important thing is their professional development, their needs. What do they need to help them to be able to teach effectively, right? Okay. Have you heard of this? It's the pyramid of online teaching. These are the skill that language teacher needed in order to teach online. Are you familiar with it? Not yet. But can you guess? From the beginning until the top. Okay, maybe I'd like you to partner just 1 minute. Okay, these are the skills that language teacher, online teacher, need to have when teaching online. Maybe I'm gonna make it bigger so that you can see. Is that big enough? And at the level and possibility of the media. 4 is online socialization, 5 facilitate communicating content, creativity and choice, and 7 equality. So what do you think it is? I think okay, so you need to know that computer exists. First of all, you need to have an email address, right? So that okay, you use Microsoft Word or Microsoft PowerPoint to share. Okay, the basic ICT skill. You need this kind of help. I don't know, you don't have it because I'm language teacher. At this level, you don't need the support, right? Or do you? But actually, there are some teachers who need support. Okay, in our survey, because these teachers, okay, they are, well, I say that they are having a lot of experience teaching on site, and that maybe like in the safety, work like this, okay, and they never use it. So they said that I want this, at least I want someone to help me to teach me. Okay. But for all of us here, we don't need the first level. How about the second level? So that many software, but what are the software that are relevant for your teaching? Okay, all you know that says do. Know that there's Google Meet, that what else? Microsoft Teams. Okay, we have PowerPoint, we have Canva, like that, right? So that you have the specific knowledge of that software, right? How about the third one? No, it's not enough. You need to know what are the weaknesses, what are the strengths of using the program. Okay. So anyone using Google Meet is the very first benefit or the strength of Google Meet. It is not easy to use. It's free. It's free. It's free and easy. Doesn't have any limitation. What are some, that I think that the weaknesses of Google Meet? It's like a bit you cannot, create breakout room. And that is the big problem, right? Because we are language teacher. We don't want the student to listen to you only. And we don't want, I have 40 students, I'm gonna wait for my turn. When the teacher will call my name, right? Okay. And very in Myanmar, which platform do you use?
We don't have we don't have online platform. But for private, we have. In the university, most universities don't have an online platform.
Okay, thank you. And how about Zoom? What are the strengths? What are the good points of using Zoom? You can break out. Yes. Okay. Okay. Can you do annotation on Google Meet? Can you write something on the screen? No.
Can use my
Can the student use that too? No. So the student can write, everything on the piece of paper on the screen, right? Yeah, okay. You could say someone, like having a remote, like remote control, right? Okay. And what else? You can assign people to be host and co-host. And Google Meet can make someone host or co-host. Everybody can share. You will see that some students just keep sharing, right? Okay. But if you are on Zoom, if you are the host, you can let that only host and co-host can share. So it may quite dealing with constant and possibility of the, so you know what software, what tool available, but you also need to know which the one that will best or most appropriate for your teacher, right? And how about number 4, online socialization? Talking about online communication. Yes. So, when we talk about communication, what is communication? What is the definition of communication? Interactive. Yes. When you say interactive, how can you be interactive? Two-way. Can I leave that your microphone like that? Probably no, then you cannot, right? So you need interaction. How can you do that? You need to tell others to do that. Okay, you can type, right? You can send emoticon, okay. You can ask, you can write on the screen. Okay, so these are online socialization. Okay, how about the next? Facilitating communicate competence. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. These are some of the example, right? So going for like the 4th level, one must create a sense of community, right, in the classroom. Okay, it might involve online protocol and netiquette. Okay, we have the word etiquette, right, and now we have netiquette. Okay, what you should do or should not do in your online class, right? Okay. I always tell the student that when you have class, I'm happy if you turn off the camera. But when you are speaking, when you are giving a presentation, you have to turn on the camera. And if you make it clear, the student feel comfortable and they are happy to turn on, okay, even though they are sleeping. They say, no, you have a whatsoever, right? So it's the communication between you and the student, okay? You said it from the beginning. We have also facilitating communicative competence, okay? Encourage learner to communicate and socialize as a group. Can you use Google Meet to do that? No, right? Okay. So communication is so important, right? Facilitate communicative competence. Do you use Drive, Google Drive, or Google Slide? No. Okay. Two people raising hand. Can you share what you did with your student? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. เชิญครับอาจารย์ Okay. Anyone asking them to do a task together real time? A share board that they do the activity real time. You could see You can monitor what they are doing. Anyone use before? We are going to do that today. Okay. All right. We will know. Okay. The people on Zoom, they will do it, but I prepare some paper activity for you. Okay. Okay. So luckily, I prepare both, on-site and online activity with me. All right. And creativity and choice, these become more of, your own ways. When you are competent in, these knowledge and skill, okay, you could have your own ways of teaching. You can create a lot of activity. I'm going to talk about my other study. Okay, my other study. This is pre-service EFL teacher anxiety. Anxiety is, it's a very difficult, to deal with, because you cannot say, stop having anxiety, stop being anxious. You cannot, right? Okay. But, I'm doing a study on e-service teacher. So who is teaching the teacher education program? Anyone? Me? Okay. You are a teacher. You feel a bit nervous when you teach, right? Okay, online. And the student, okay, think of the student. They are so familiar with learning and then turning off the camera, right? But the next year, in the next semester, they will change their role from being a student to be a teacher. Okay. So that, will create, the feeling of anxiousness to the student. So we investigate these group of learner, how anxious or what are the priority, the things that they feel anxious about. Okay. So it was published in TESOL EJ, right? Okay, another Scopus one. Okay. And can you see it from here? Anything interesting you see? พอจะมองเห็นไหมครับ Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. 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 Yes. Yes. So that anxiety, they feel anxious, you could see that the very, five are related to online, are related to equipment, right? Okay. First of all, am I going to teach online only? Am I going to teach on site? Or will the principal or ask me to do a hybrid mode? Okay, like online and on site at the same time. That's, you have a lot of anxiety on that. Okay. And if you are teaching online, will you have a stable internet connection or not? Right? Your ability to teach in an online environment. This is very, very important, right? We are trained to be good teacher. We are trained to be language teacher, but in in the classroom environment. But, we were not, right? We were not trained to teach online, but we learn, right? But we are not trained to do that. We learn from mistake, right? Okay. So these are some kind of things that I learned. Okay. And when I know, I think that research informed teaching, right? When I do research and then I use the finding of research to inform my teaching, the way I teach, how can I be a better communicator? Because I always think that, I always tell everybody สร้างความลำบากให้กับคนฟังให้น้อยที่สุด okay okay all right another study. Okay, study. So this is going to be the 3 study that I'm going to talk, and it's more on practice. I have so exploring EFL, pre-service teacher, technology integration, okay, integration based on SAMR model. The SAMR model. Okay, so yes, so if you say that, oh, I use Microsoft PowerPoint, you already integrate technology, but is, at the very, like the low level, right? Because you just using Microsoft PowerPoint instead of using whiteboard. There's nothing new to it. Okay? So SAMR is the level of technology integration. Okay, and it's divided into 4 main level. Okay, 4 main level: substitution, augmentation, modification, and redefinition. Okay, so those 2 levels is, the enhancement, and the next 2 is transformation. Can you think of maybe before you look at the answer, okay, can you try to of, what kind of activity, that would fit the substitution level, or what activity that you do that you think that, yeah, this will fit the augmentation. Okay, everybody just write down, think about what you do in an online mode. Oh, I check the student like this. It's an augmentation for sure. Oh, I create Canva. Oh, I think that's the substitution level. Okay. All right. So let me give you an example. Okay. So the blue highlight. Okay. The blue one. Is it blue? มองเป็นสี blue ครับ Okay. I'm not colorblind. Okay. So example of the substitution level. Okay. Would be using Microsoft instead of the paper. Okay. Reading text online instead of reading them in book. Okay. Use PowerPoint slide to presenting material to substitute with the board presentation. So yes, you use technology, but at the very beginning level, substitution, right? Okay. We all do it, okay? But how about augmentation? Okay, so the example would be a student using online dictionary, looking at the study guide, looking at history site. Okay. So you can use technology to achieve things. Looking at Google Maps, okay, you look at it and then you achieve some process, right? But for the 3rd level, okay, for the 3rd level, it says here that technology begin to change how tasks are completed. This level begin to change, to transform the learning. Okay. And the example of technology being used at this modification level would be student sharing PowerPoint presentation and collaboratively, with peer to give and feedback. So when you ask students to do a group presentation, right, group presentation online, okay, that become, more at this level. Or you are asking students to give them share board or Google link, Google Drive, right? Asking them to contribute. They can write, they can add, they can collaborate. Okay, so that is at the modification level. Okay, so these are some principles. There are some guidelines. And now I would like you to do this activity. Okay. Okay. Oh, you don't see the screen. Okay. Wait a second. I need to put here and then duplicate the screen. And I also need to, yes, it's already checked. Do you have Drive? Do you use, Drive? You put all document in Drive? Yes, you do, right? Okay. And this is my folder. Okay. So I have my teachings here. Okay. So this is KNUTT teaching. Okay. And okay, so this is, the semester two, I'm teaching online for 6 semester by now. Okay, so I'm gonna share with you one with that, as, lecture at Suntama maybe because that's more complete. I'm to Sunanta SSRU, and then here. So this is what I will ask the student to do, the activity at the modification level, okay, modification level. Okay, can you read it from here? Okay, can I ask someone to read that for me? Ajahn Mon krap, maybe you are very far from there, probably. So it means you cannot see it. Okay, yes, good. Yes, please.
Is very serious about how she lays out the plate of fruit and vegetables. How do you have some information about where she puts the various things working together to the things of the fruit and vegetables according to and on her stove. When you have finished, you go to work out where she has the carrots.
Okay. So it means students have to work together and they have to find where Mrs. Green put the carrot on her stall, right? Okay. And she's very picky. Okay. This must be apple, cannot change out. And after apple be great or whatsoever. Okay. So you have the pieces information, and the key information is that it's the information gap. It's the gap that you have to work together and try it out, right? This is the clue. This is the clue. Okay. So this is the clue. Okay, for the participant. For example, no two fruit or vegetable are direct next to each other. The cucumber are on the left of the gate. Okay. Number are in the bottom row, something like that. Okay. So this is the activity that the student will do online, right? Online. But I also prepare an activity to do on site as well. Right, form a group, maybe a group of 3, maybe a group of 3. It's going to be interactive and fun. Okay. Everyone, group of 3, please. ว่าทำกิจกรรมด้วยได้ไหมครับได้ครับได้ครับ Okay, are you in group already? Yes. Okay, okay. Let me do it very quickly here. Okay, Eliant. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna share this. Okay, working group of, but actually that's not enough, right? But this is how I do it. Wait a second. I'm sharing the link with you. Okay, so you could see that now everyone can see the link, but you cannot make changes. So I give the status to everyone. Can be the editor. Can be the editor. I copy this link. And then I am going to send it to. I am going to send it to the student. And once they have the link, and then I create breakout room, right? I create breakout room, and then they will have access to this. And these are the group. When they do, they have to take a photo. They do the activity, group 2, group 3, group 4, something like that. And that's interactive. When they are in a group, they could say, oh, ได้พักแล้วโอเคเบื่อหน้าอาจารย์อธิปัตย์ whatsoever right okay and at the same time อธิปัตย์ can rest as well เด็กไม่อยู่กับเราแล้ว something like this right okay all right so now before we start you need to know all the name of the here okay so
you on Zoom, take a break during the time of the activity, just take a break and also do the activity at the same time. Thank you.
People can get the prize from ท่านอาจารย์ธารพลนะครับ So this is the soft skill development, right? Okay, not just for communication, it's negotiation, it's teamworking. Biết của đơn mìnhใช่ไหมครับ เดี๋ยวตอนช่วงพักเบรกแล้วช่วยค่อยปรับอีกทีนะครับผม Who got the answer? We have the first group. Okay. Very productive, very interactive as well. So, do you need more time? The other three groups? You want to do that? Okay. Bingo, yeah, okay. So you could see that on class and still have, enjoyed it and were working online. They loved it a lot. Okay. because their voice can be heard as well. And you can see that 3 people from online, they also participated in the, in the game. See, they are dragging, I'm doing anything. ใช่ไหมครับ Okay. Okay, do we go to the answer? Let's go to the answer นะครับ Okay, all right, all right. All right, so now I would like to ask, the answer is not important, or the answer is as important as how you arrive at the answer, right? Okay. Okay, so group 1, okay, I would say group 1. What is, the very first statement that you must, the point for doing this activity? What should be the very first thing that you need to know? It's number 3, right? It's number 3. So you need to know that. Okay. So, sorry. Number 3. The potato are in the bottom right corner. Okay. Potato are in the bottom right corner. That's very first that you need to. Okay. I think I have something else. Okay, so you have potato on the bottom right corner. I don't want that. Okay, potato bottom right corner. What else? And then maybe you need to understand number 1 and number 1 and number 4. No 2 fruits or vegetables are directly next to each other. So we now know that this is vegetable. This one cannot be vegetable, but this one must be fruit. Okay, vegetable, fruit, vegetable, fruit. Okay, and at the same time, this one must be fruit and vegetable. And once you have that concept, number 5 is easy. What is number 5? Cucumber are in the bottom row. Can cucumber be here? No, because this is vegetable and vegetable. Cucumber must be here, right? With only this, okay? So it's more like a logical thinking in a way, right? Okay. And after that, you could for number, looking for a cucumber, and then maybe number 12, right? You see the cucumber again. Cucumber are on the right, the peaches, right of the peaches. Okay, peaches here. And then what else? The plum are in the same column as the peaches because you have the peaches already. Plum and peach, they are fruit or vegetable? Fruit, right? So it cannot be here, but here. Correct? Okay. And after that, the potato are in the same column as the sprout, bean sprout. Potato is vegetable, sprout is also vegetable. Okay. And after that, what else? What would be the next number? Maybe number 10. The oranges are above the cucumber. Oranges above cucumber. What else? Cucumber left of the grapes. Cucumber are on the left of the grapes. Left of the grapes. Cucumber are on the left, oh yes, of the grapes. Okay. อะไรต่อครับ Apple are between lettuce and sprout. Apple are between lettuce and sprout. Apple are between lettuce and sprout. Lettuce and sprout. And ข้อไหนต่อครับ sprout are above pineapple. Sprout are above pineapple. And ข้อไหนยังไม่ได้ทำครับ Cucumber on the right of the peaches, sprout above the pineapple, orange. Plum are above the cabbage. Plum are above the cabbage. Plum are above the cabbage. And that leaves no choice. You have it here, carrot here, right? So to wrap up before you take a break, right? This active, okay, the key skill that you want to teach the student is the communication skill, right? Because you need to talk, you need to communicate. But there are other soft skills, right? Is integrated in here. Can you tell me some other soft skill? Critical thinking skill, yes. Okay, you need to think critically. What else? Communication, critical thinking, collaboration, right? That is really important, collaboration. What else? Leadership, maybe, right? Because you work as together, and then maybe there might be you need to show your leadership, something like that as well. Unity, yes. You could see, okay, someone writing here. Intensive reading skill. Okay, thank you. All right. See, now you see that the people online still participate, are still with us, right? Okay. All right, thank you very much. So can we go have a quick break and then come back? Okay. Okay. So the activity is called who went where? Okay, who went where? All right. So do you know these characters? Maybe the Thai people would know, right? Okay. So we have two non-Thai here. Are you familiar with these characters? Mani, mana, piti, chujai, right? Okay. So these are the character that we know so well when we were in primary school, right? Okay. They are the character in the Thai textbook, or when we Thai, we know these people. Okay. And okay, thank you. And then we have little people. Say 5 people are from 5 different towns, okay, in Thailand. And these 5 people, Thai, that's very important. They went to 5 different places for their holiday. And you fill in the table, okay. First of all, what is the capital city of China? Beijing. How about the capital city of France? Paris. The capital city of Japan? Tokyo. Of India. New Delhi, right? New Delhi. How about state? Washington, D.C. Okay. Yeah. So the reason I ask is, you kind of ask display question. Display question is like asking questions that, not difficult for student to answer. Okay, because the key idea is you want to get the student participation. If you ask why did Thailand have a new prime minister, I understand the question, but it's very difficult to answer, right? So when you teach, you need to think of the level of questions based on Bloom taxonomy too, right? We have lower level thinking and higher level thinking. So if the purpose is for you to get the interaction, the engagement, you kind of ask those kind of display questions. Okay, so we have these clue again. Okay, we have this clue, and what you have to do is, okay, who come from Lapang and who went to China, you need to find, okay, with this one piece of paper, okay. Can you be in group again, please? Okay. You could work in the same group or a different group, no problem. Okay. Okay, and the people on Zoom, I'm gonna give you the link. Um, so if you are on Zoom, you can participate on this activity. Here you are. So you could write, it from here. You need a few more minutes, or we can go to the answer. A few more minutes. Okay, I can see people on Zoom, they are also doing it as well. Okay, this is, what the participant from Zoom. Okay, do you want to agree with the people from Zoom? I got disconnected and now I'm back to Zoom. Sorry for the technical problems นะครับ all right, and then I'm gonna share the screen one more time. Share sound as well. All right, so here's the activity. I would like you to watch this video, okay? Just the first 1 minute, okay? The first 1 minute, and I want you to tell me what's going on, okay? Are you ready? Yes. All right, so can you tell me, okay, anything that you know from this? Everyone? The girl is in Chiang Mai. The boy moved to Bangkok. Anything else? They are good friends, okay? They are good friends. The nice song, okay, Ajahn Kanai, right? Okay, what else? Okay, this story happened in the 90s, right? I wasn't born yet, okay. Okay. Do you know their names? We and Tam, right? We and Tam, all right. So this is what I want to do, okay. I would like one volunteer, okay. Can I have one volunteer, please? Come up to the front. And what you have to do is you have to narrate the story. Okay, so what I meant by narrating a story is, okay, so this is for example, we can see that one girl is crying very sad. She said goodbye to her friend. Her friend is Tam. And maybe, oh, they live in Chiang Mai because we see the mountain. And now Tam is writing a letter saying, how are you? Is it cold over there? Okay, so you have to narrate the story. All right, are you ready? Just only the first 1 minute. Okay, just the first 1 minute. Okay. No, you have to look at what's going on and talk. Okay. Are you ready? Okay.
Days ago, she's with good friend. They have to separate each other because their family. Afterwards, the boy and the girl, they live in different places, so they contact each other and keep in touch by writing the letters to save the time to ask about, okay, how are you today? They write the letters from their friends. They write a lot of letters to keep in touch, to protect each other. They have a really good memory with each other. Also, they try to interpret song inside the letter. That okay, we should listen to the song and then we listen and we listen to the song too.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, we need another volunteer. Okay, thank you very much, Kabajan Mod. But before that, I want you to look what's going on after this. Okay.
เพื่อนเราไปถึงไหนอาจเจอพบเพื่อนใหม่ถูกใจเหมือนในฝันรอเวลาที่พาเราพบกันแล้วเวลาก็พาเราจากกันจะโทรก็ไม่โทรมาไม่มีแม้เวลาจะบอกลาเพื่อนเก่าถ้าหากจะลืมกันไปไม่เป็นไร 061-483 ค่ะ ข้อความว่าคิดถึงจังจากวี
ฮัลโหล
ข้อสายวีเลยค่ะมาแล้ว
All right. Okay. So please, can you tell me? Okay. So from the Zoom participant, it say nice song. They send the letter. 8% retro. Okay, the time. Long distance love. Okay. And how about you? What else did you see in the second minute of the song? Development of the relationship and development of technological tools as well, right? What else? What kind of tools? The development that you see from letter to telephone, home phone, a pager, and a mobile phone, right? Okay, 3310. Nokia, right? Okay. All right. Now, can I ask one volunteer, please? Now, everybody, you need to have eye contact with me,นะครับ yeah. Okay. All right. Are you ready? Okay.
Yeah. Hello. How are you? Yeah, just a minute. We call to call
We.
we. We would ask for pictures and smiling. Hey, that's my friends and teachers. So thank you. And then they still giving us to starters when you see picture. This video. I'm staying with you. What are you doing? I have with Daddy.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Well, this activity is not easy, but it's really entertaining. It's good for you to practice the speaking skill, right? Okay, because the key idea is you need to speak simultaneously and in order to match with the video as well. Okay. Now let's continue to the third minute. Are you ready?
ไปแล้วนะ คิดถึงกันบ้างนะรู้เปล่า
จะโทรก็ไม่โทรมาไม่มีแม้เวลาจะบอกลาเพื่อนเก่าถ้าหากจะลืมกันไปไม่เป็นไรเพื่อนเราแค่อยากเห็นเธอโชคดีจะโทรก็โทรมาไม่มีแม้เวลาจะบอกลาเพื่อนเก่าถ้าจะลืมไม่เป็นไร แค่อยากเห็นเธอโชคดี
She was so sad. Okay, now can you tell me what's going on? Okay. Ajahn Kanai said they still keep in touch. Really, wow. Changes in technology. Okay. Ajahn Thidarat from Thidarat, is it from BRU? Okay. Thank you for participating. Okay. And how about the people here? What else do you see the development here? The end of that love. Okay. Wow. From the first minute to, like the third minute, right? So love come to an end. But before that, what do you see? The guy went abroad, right? Okay. And he communicates with we in using what device? Email and MSN, right? MSN. He said, okay, I wish you were here, right? I wish you were here. And we said, what did she say? Talking with you is like you are here already. All right. Now we need one more volunteer, please. MSN, thank you. Volunteer. I like the person who is very colorful today. Okay, so the story ended like, okay, and now Tam is going to study abroad นะครับ Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, because of they live away, they like a separate because some go abroad, but they still keep in touch.
Mhm.
One is
We have
which is send a message to them. She want to like
relationship. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. See, not easy ใช่ไหมครับ when it comes to for you talking. Okay, all right. So now, okay, me help. Okay, we could see that Tam is at Dongmyeong Airport. Maybe he go to study abroad, and he see the snow. It's the Christmas time. Maybe this is the first snow, so he use MSN to talk to V. Oh, it's snowing here. It is my first time. I would like you to see it too. And we was using MSN, and then she said, talking with you, it's like I am already with you. And then she see it is snowing in Thailand, right? And now the scene changed. We is working, and she's writing to Tam at hotmail.com, and the message is, Tam, let's break up. Long distance relationship is not going to work. And then she sent the letter to you want to know what's going on next? Okay. So who will be the next narrator? Have an eye contact. Have an eye contact. Online participant. Very good choice, right? Okay, next.
สบายดีหรือเปล่าข่าวคราวไม่เคยรู้สืบดูเธอไม่อยู่แอบดูแวบมองหาหายไปเลยไม่เคยหวนคืนมาหายไปนานกับการเวลาสบายดีหรือเปล่าเพื่อนเราไปถึงไหนอาจเจอพบเพื่อนใหม่ถูกใจเหมือนในฝันเพราะเวลาที่พาเราพบกันแล้วเวลาก็พาเราจากกันจะโทรก็ไม่โทรมาไม่มีแม้เวลาจะบอกลาเพื่อนเก่าถ้าหากจะลืมกันไปไม่เป็นไรเพื่อนเราแค่อยากเห็นเธอโชคดี
สบายดีเปล่า
Ní hậu ma. What? And then that's what she said, right? Did I say it correctly? Ní hậu ma. Okay. All right. Okay. So now, what's going on here? They come back. Okay. But before they came back, before Tam came back, what happened to V? She had a new boyfriend, right? And Tam also had a new girlfriend, right? Okay. But when Tam maybe finished his study, he came back on the BTS. He saw V through Facebook, right? And her status is single. Okay. So he finally sent a friend request. Okay. Ajantira said, true love is wanting the person you love to be happy. Wow. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So does anyone wants to be the narrator here? Almost lunchtime. Please help me so that we can have lunch. Anyone wants to be the narrator? All right. Anyone? Okay, Ajahn Kanai, you raise your hand, right? Would you like to do it? Yes, please. ลองเปิดไมค์แล้วพูดก่อนได้เลยได้ไหมครับ
Yes. Can you hear me?
ได้ยินครับแต่ไม่ดังมากผมพยายามเปิดให้ดังขึ้นขออีกรอบได้ไหมครับ
Good morning.
Good morning จะทำยัง
Is it work?
I can hear you but not loud enough.
Okay, it's okay, but I just wanna try.
Yes, we would like you to try.
Is it better? Can I? Okay, can I start from now? Is it work?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. Yeah. Okay. As we can see, and as you just explained that we and Tam has the new girlfriend and boyfriend, but the time go by, then Tam came back in Thailand and found the Facebook of we, and he is so happy. He is so happy, and he added we Facebook, and then they keep in touch again, and I can see that they are too happy, and maybe they can feel in love with each other again. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay. All right. Thank you very much ครับขอบคุณท่านอาจารย์ครับ Okay. So I use this activity, and after this, I put the student into breakout room, and then they select the song that they like. Okay. And after that, you give them enough time, and then they prepare, and then they will give a presentation on the song that they like and they selected. Okay. So in this way, you give them a demonstration showing them what they do, right? And then you give them the task that they have to work together. Okay, so it's collaboration, it's the engagement, right? Okay, something like this. And after doing this activity, I did this. Okay, I would go to a share board again. Okay, here. Student work in group, and then they get the presentation, right? So that is the speaking activity. And after that, maybe I create another share board, work in group, and then you could see that, okay, the question is technology change people's life. Do you agree or disagree? And then another writing, group writing activity. So you could see that just only one activity, you could, make use of it and then get the student attention, the engagement. Okay. So okay, so that is, the example activity that I'd like to share it with you in the morning session. Do you have any question? Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Are you hungry, people on the yes, smiling, right? You are ready to have lunch, right? Yes, please. Yes. any song, but would be any kind of multimedia, a movie or some picture that can be used. Yes, actually, yes, you can. Okay, you can. Because in the instruction, you could say simply say that choose a movie, okay, or a documentary, or even songs that they like, okay, and then they have to narrate it. Okay, thank you. Any question? A lot of questions. ครับ
First, one session, so I would like to thank Atipat for sharing the idea using a lot of tools online. And then later after this lunch break, and we will come back to the those of you who are online on Zoom, great, and then join me.
Okay, thank you. In the afternoon session is going to be focusing on research, นะครับ and I do have some activity, hand-on activity as well. Keep you engaged, okay? All right, ขอบคุณครับ thank you. My instruction is, okay, so first of all, if you have this link, okay, copy and then paste. So you got the link, and the instruction is that, okay, I want you to look at these term, okay, these term, and try to figure out, okay, how these terms are related. Okay, can you put them in order, or can you put them in categories? Okay, you have this, and then I want you to put them into categories. Okay, have you finished? Yeah. Okay, so you could probably classify it according to the chapter in your thesis, right? Okay, normally a convention thesis is 5 chapter. Chapter 1 is introduction, right? Chapter 2 is literature review, and your chapter 3 would be methodology. 4, findings, and 5, the head word is discussion. Okay, that's the yes. Okay, so you could have like 5, category: introduction, literature review, methodology, findings, and discussion. And other thing can be under discussion, right? Just make it 5 for now. Okay, and think about the very first thing. The first title, the first word should be the first. What should be the first one? Title. Okay, title. And after the title, it would be author. Okay, authors who wrote the article, right? And then you need to know, oh, where does this person work? Which is affiliation, right? Very good. Title, author, affiliation, and then abstracts, right? Abstract. What is an abstract? Brief overview of your work. Okay, and normally how long should it be? Okay, so about 250 or 300, it should not be too long. But when you submit to an article to a journal, it will tell you specifically that not more than 250, not more than 300. If you have more than that, you cannot go to the next step. The computer will not let you move to the next step. Okay. And after that is a keyword. What is the important keywords? Why do we have to put keyword? 3 to 5. Why do we have to put keyword? Yes, because when you do research, you want people to be able to access your work, right? To access your work. So you put keyword. So your keyword, if your keyword is specific, it's more likely that the result will come to the fast, right? You want people to read your work, is that right? Think of Facebook. Do you have Facebook? Do you post a status and post only me can see? No, right? Because you want some people to look at your work. So it's like, putting keywords so that the academic can look at your work. Okay. And after that keyword, the first introduction. Okay, introduction. So what can be under the introduction? Background. What else? Research gap. Right. Okay. So maybe could you see from the screen? Okay. Everything as a big picture, right? So right now, we are on this page, right? We are on this page. So in your introduction, okay, your introduction, normally you will have the background, okay, talking about, general topic, introducing the topic, right? And then you need to talk about research gap, okay, research gap. I work in, in the university level, and now technology has been used, in classroom. We know that, it can enhance learning. But with the COVID-19, so you are trying to give more information and post, some context so that we know that, a gap is created. And once the gap is established, you can then talk about the objective or the research question. Okay. Research question is very, very important for me as a reviewer. Okay, when I review research article, the first few things that I look is number one, title. Okay, title. Do I understand the title or not? Because in the title, you will see the variable ตัวแปร right? What are the variable in your work? Oh, you are looking at the effect. Oh, you are looking at the use of Google Translate. Oh, you are looking at, you know, how it can improve what or question, because research question is like the heart of everything หัวใจเลยนะครับ research question must be clear. It must be clear, and you should ask only one thing at and so whatsoever, short and clear นะครับ all right. So this is, and after that, okay, after that you could say the objective, the research question, and the significance of the study. You could put it in your chapter 1, right? Chapter 1. And then in chapter 2, okay, in chapter 2, actually there's two main parts when you are doing literature review. The first part is on the key terms, the concept, the theory. Okay, so for example, if I'm doing, okay, I want to know, you know, how my student use Google Translate, or how my student use online dictionary, right? Online dictionary. The first few key terms that, you know, I need to look into the literature would be what is that? Computer assisted language learning, because these online dictionary, these Google Translate, you know, it's part of the big concept, right? CALL, call. But now people don't normally, you know, don't always use it from the computer. They use it from mobile phone. So maybe you could, you know, talk about MAL, MALL, mobile assisted language learning. Okay, so you need to classify what it is about. Okay, or you are doing whether, you know, if you are conducted a study and you want to see if your study has an impact on the student motivation. Okay. So if you were here on the first day, Ajahn Jonathan talked about motivation. So motivation is a very big term. So what do you mean by motivation? Okay, so we have this empirical, and in the empirical study, you know, you need to have in-text citation, right? In-text citation. And then we move on to chapter 3. Okay, chapter 3. This is always very important. Actually, when you are giving what is that? A proposal defense. Okay, proposal defense. These are the two parts that I like to focus. Okay, one is this part. Especially, I like to focus on the research question. Okay, very important. I look at the research question and I look at the methodology. Okay, so you could skip the literature review. Okay, talk, you know, use minimum time to talk about the literature review, because for me as a reviewer or as a commentator, I want to focus on the term construct validity. Construct validity. Are you measuring what you want to measure or not? Okay. The research question is ถ้าพี่จะไปขอพ่อจะว่าอย่างไร? This is my research question. ถ้าพี่จะไปขอพ่อน้องจะว่าอย่างไร? and when you present the finding you present น้องก็คงดีใจถ้าพี่ไปขอน้องจริงๆ Did you get what you want? Did you get what you asked? No, because I asked พ่อน้องจะว่าอย่างไร but you answer น้องจะดีใจ right? Okay, so this is really important, right? When I look at a thesis, a research article, I look at the question and it must be clear, must be crystal clear. Okay, are you asking only one question at a time or not, right? And if it is clear, I look at how you would get the answer. Okay, so if I ask again ถ้าพี่จะไปขอพ่อจะว่าอย่างไร okay, and then I just ask random people, is it okay? No. So it's the choice of the research tool as well, right? That which tool you will use with which participant. Okay, you need to have the right tools and the right participant. Okay, I'm asking you because I love you. ถ้าพี่จะไปขอ if I make a proposal, propose you, okay, what would your father say? Okay, but I actually ask someone else. No, I don't get the right participant. Okay, so these are the things that I think reviewer are looking for. นะครับ You got the concept, no? Okay. And when we talk about subject or participant, normally we talk about two groups, right? One is the population, right? And then the sample, right? Okay, the population and the sample. Population is the whole, the 100%, the entire population. And then it's, the sample that you use. And we have instrument. So far, how many research instrument do you have? We have questionnaire, we have semi-structured interview, observation, we have think aloud. Okay, if you want to add, we have thinking aloud, we have stimulated recall, a test, right? Yes. What else can be a research instrument? So these kind of things, right? And after that, you need to talk about the data analysis, how you analyze the data. Why do you want to talk about the procedure and the data analysis in your research? For the data analysis, again, I need, as a reviewer, I need to know how you do analyze the data. Because if the finding is positive, is it because of the way you analyze the data, or it could be something else, right? Did you do it right or not? Okay, did you do it right or not? That's why when we talk about data analysis, we need to talk about internal reliability and external reliability. Okay, so if we talk about internal reliability, a very simple classic example would be marking a test. Okay, so if I ask a question, Scott, is your name Scott, right? Okay, which river is in Thailand? 1, เจ้าพระยา 2, Amazon, 3, the Nile, and 4, Yangtze Kiang. Which river is in Thailand? The first one, เจ้าพระยา, right? Yes, correct. If I ask you again next month the same question, will you answer the same? Yeah, so this is internal. Okay, if one person looking at the same set of data, regardless of the time changes, and then you get the same answer, that is, internal reliability, right? And then I'm teaching so many different groups. Okay, I have 100 students of exam paper. อาจารย์วันชนะ I don't have time. Here's the answer key. Okay, it's a multiple choice. Can you mark the paper for me? And Ajahn Vanchana has the answer key, right? So he will answer, correctly, because Number one, it should be A. Number two should be B, right? So that external reliability, right? Another people looking at your work and he still mark, and get the same score. And that is why thinking of TOEFL or IELTS test, when they are writing, they should have the band, right? Band 1, band 2, and you should have the rubric score. Okay, if the rubric score is clear, okay, many different people looking at the same writing with the same criteria, they in some way should, mark it in the same way, something like that, right? How about the research procedure? Why do you need to talk about procedure? Why do we need to know that, first we do this, second we do that? Why is it important? Why do you need to care? ทำไมต้องเขียนครับ research procedure? Yes. Yes. ครับผม It's like a blueprint, a standard procedure that you do. But why do you have to write it very clearly? ทำไมต้องเขียนให้ชัดเจนที่สุดครับ Have you heard of the term replication? To replicate. Okay, replication is ทำซ้ำ right? A replication study of. Okay, well, it's not very common, but people in the field of social science, we still do a replication study of, right? Repeating. But in science, we do it a lot, right? When you are in the lab, you test, and then you got the result, you have to keep doing it for many, many times until, you could confirm your theory, right? But in social science, the procedure is also very important because we want to know that, if we want to repeat, okay, if we want to replicate your study, we know, okay, on say to confirm the result, yes. If some other researcher will conduct the same, okay, study, using the same variable, okay, the result should be the same or more or less the same. Okay, that is why we need to have clear procedure. ใช่ไหมครับ? And then after that, you collect the data and everything, you present the findings, right? A lot of, different places will use different terms. Some will use data presentation, the result, or the finding, right? Okay. So if your work is qualitative, okay, so you would, present your work in a more narrative form, right? Okay, talking about, description, narration, quotation, that's the quality person. Okay, I think it's like as a Mary, right? Because your work is, qualitative in nature, right? But if you are doing work, in quantitative, okay, that's where, you get a lot of statistics going, right? The figures, the table, and things like that. And then chapter 5, okay, I think discussion is very difficult, not easy, okay, difficult because now that you know the result, what does it mean? So we know that about 90% of students use mobile phone. And then what? Now we know, yes, it's 90%. So if we have 100 students, 90 students have mobile phone. So what? Right? So the finding itself has no meaning. It's the researcher who discuss the data. This means that, okay? This means that, mean what? And then it's your interpretation, okay? So that is the discussion. And another one, because you are doing research in ELT, okay, you need to talk about implication. What can you suggest? Okay, when you know this piece of finding, what can you suggest? You could suggest in terms of policymaker, you know, in terms of the curriculum, in terms of the teacher, okay, things like that. And suggestion limitation, and then we talk about the bibliography. Okay, it's the convention, right? So what is the convention that we normally use in social science? APA. And what does that stand for? Okay, American Psychological Association, and we are using edition 7, right? Okay, and then the appendix. All right, good. Any question before I move on to the next activity? Yes.
When presenting our research results in chapter 4, in chapter 4, when I review literature, I suppose some results represent results of the research, especially for interview data. Some present like coding system, asking questions, asking questions, ask the answer like this. In some literature, instead of describing like this, they just write the answer from the participant, from the, what should I say, from the sample. For example, inside, for example, the teachers, when I discuss, when I interpret them, from the answer, I analyze like, I think I present teacher, say, blah, 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 students say, blah, 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 and presented two things. Which one is the best?
Okay.
Express this result.
All right. So I think I can understand your question, because you are doing qualitative study,
Yes.
and then you see that, you know, main in some article they have their ways of presenting the data, and another article you have a different way, and then you want to know which one should you use, right? Okay. Well, I think, okay, when you are dealing with, you know, qualitative data, the researcher has to do a lot of work from the beginning. Okay, you, the researcher, look at the finding. Okay, you need to be a storyteller, just like in the morning. You need to understand. Okay, like in the morning, for example, it was about love. It was about development. It was about, you know, technology tools that were used. Okay, so you need to understand the data, and then talk using your own voice first, your own, you know, analysis, what you found from the analysis, and then you support them with the quotation, with what the teacher say, support them with what the document mention. Okay, but what is more important is your voice, because in the discussion is how you know, want to report. Okay. Okay, thank you. Any other questions, Kap? มีไหมครับโอเคอ่ะครับ Mm-hmm. 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 Yes, yes, I totally agree. Okay. So first, it's the researcher's job first, ใช่ไหมครับ Researcher, you need to look at the data and you need to know, how you want to present it. Okay. And after you have the plot, okay, thinking about the plot. And then when you say this, and you know that you need to support it with the conversation, okay, and move on, okay, you could support it with the uh, teachers, script and things like that. Okay, now, okay, can you keep that? May I have that one back? I mean the piece of paper, and then I'm gonna show you another task. ยังมียังอยู่ไหมครับขอเก็บคืนนิดนึงนะครับ and then I'm gonna share the screen here. Wait a second, I want to duplicate the screen. Duplicate and then share. All right. So this is another fact. Okay, and I'm gonna talk about how you can disseminate, right? Publish your work. Okay, so suppose that you conducted study, right? Now you already, writing your 5 chapter, right? And then you also do that. Okay, let's say if you conducted your work, you analyze, and now you want to look where should I publish my work. Okay, where should I publish my work? Okay, or in what form should I publish my work? I think as Jonathan mentioned about so many different ways, right? For example, research article, academic article, book review, a practitioner report, right? Like ELT journal.
And one is like a textbook.
Right. Okay. A chapter in a textbook. Okay. So now you're gonna get this list, okay, and then I want you to make it into category, right? In your own way. In your own way. I have one more if you want, if that's for everybody. So the people that you are on Zoom, okay, I would like you to take a look at, these terms and maybe think about in what way you could categorize these key terms. Okay, so you could say, oh, I'm gonna analyze in terms of one category is in terms of the databases. Okay, which one is the database? I'm gonna categorize it in terms of maybe what can you do in the conference and what can you write in the journal, something like that. Okay. เชิญเลยครับโอเคครับ At 3 o'clock. Okay, so maybe we would go through this activity together. Okay, so you spend some time doing the work. Okay, and now we're gonna talk about this category together. Okay, so if you could, sit down and then just simply share what you have with us, that would be a good idea. Anyone would like to share your idea, please? Any group? Yes, please. Mm-hmm. 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 Conference proceeding. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I would like to share this. Okay. So maybe you could have a look and see whether you agree or you follow my category or not. Okay. So if you take a look here, when we talk about a way to publish your work, right? To publish your work, you could classify it into two venues, right? Two ways. One is speaking, spoken, right? And two is writing or written, right? When you do as giving an oral presentation, okay, you go to a conference, it could be a national conference, a regional conference, or an international conference. What can you do in the conference? You could present, or you could do a poster presentation. Okay, so poster presentation could be here as well, right? When you publish your work, okay, you can just go to the conference. For example, I went to Thailand TESOL, but I do not plan to publish my work. But I just go to the Thailand TESOL conference for networking, to see what's new, to see what's going on, and to travel as well, right? Okay, so this is like giving paper in a conference. You don't have to publish. If you want, you can. Okay, so you could go for choice number one. You publish, you write your article and publish in a conference proceeding, right? In a conference proceeding. From your left to number one, in a conference proceeding. Okay, you can do that. But I say but, would you like to add anything when I say but? Well, do you earn a lot of points if you publish in a conference proceeding? No, ใช่ไหมครับ Okay, so sometimes you need to think about that too. Okay, because maybe your institution wants you to publish in journal, okay, or even international journal, right? So it's an option. Okay, so for some MA, going to a conference and publish in a conference proceeding, that's fine, you can finish. But for some PhD or some MA, or conference proceeding is not enough, right? Not enough. So you could look at in a national journal. Okay, publish your work in a national journal. Okay, so in Thailand, okay, we have a database called TCI, right? Thailand Citation Index, right? Thailand Citation Index. And then it classified according to the tier, the level too. We have T1, T2, and T3. Okay, so you should be looking at T1 or T2, right? Okay, 1 or 2 is acceptable, ใช่ไหมครับ? But tier 3, it doesn't mean that that journal is not good. Right. For example, what a journal has just established, okay, it takes some time, right? It takes some time for them to be evaluated and then assign the ranking. And another thing that you should know is Taijo. Do you know Taijo? You must know by now Taijo. And Mary and Scott, do you know what is Taijo, right? That's where you could search article that are indexed in Thailand journal, in journal in Thailand, right? Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good. Or if you want to go, if you want to get the wider audience, you could look for article that are indexed by ACI. ACI. ACI is the what? It's Asian Citation Index. Okay, so I have to duplicate screen. Okay, so that you could see. Okay, so Basically, you go to Google, right? And then you type ACI, okay? ACI, and then database. And then you will see ASEAN Citation Index, okay? And then you will see the list of the country. Brunei, Indonesia, Myanmar, Singapore, Philippines, and Thailand. Okay, so you could, do some search. Okay, so I want to publish my work. Okay, at which journal, should I be publishing? If I publish in this journal, it's indexed in ACI, not just only in Thailand, but also in ASEAN. Right? Okay, so that's the key. And then we have, okay, you want to go big, you want to go international, okay, international journal, okay, and we have so many databases, right? And the one that we should be looking for is what? The Scopus, of course, okay, or ERIC, okay, ERIC is really good, especially in education, okay, ERIC, and ISI. Web of Science, okay, Web of Science, okay. So when you talk about Scopus, have you used Scimago before? Yes, okay. So if you haven't, okay, you do this, okay. So you go to Scimago here, and what can you do with this? Okay, so the people on Zoom, if you want, is not in the meeting. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna send it to everyone. Okay, so if you know a journal, if you know the name of the journal, can you tell me the name of the journal that is already indexed by Scopus? Learn, okay, learn. So when you type learn, oh my God, there's a lot. Okay, so sometimes it's difficult, okay, to because many journals have the word learn in it. Okay, so what you have to do is when you remember the journal, okay, you need to remember the IS. What is that? The ISSN, okay, because ISSN is like, your unique ID number, okay. I have my own ID number. You cannot copy me, something like that, okay. So learn journal, for example, learn journal, and then ISSN, if they have it, okay. Oh, here. So I'm just gonna, I cannot copy ช่วยผมจำหน่อยนะครับ226729431 226729431 and there you are. Okay, so you get learn journal. Okay, and when you look at this, okay, please always check Scimago. Do not always believe the website. Okay, believe Scimago. Okay, and then you could see that so it's based in two subcategories. It's education and linguistics, right? Linguistic and language. It has been indexed, in Scopus since 2019 until 2022, 19, 20, 21. Oh, at least 4 years. Okay. And then you need to scroll down. Look at the performance. How well, okay. So in 2000 it's Q3, Q2, Q2. They are doing good, right? They're doing good. Q4, and then Q3. So this is what you need to be looking at, right? Or you could look at another journal, like for example, Cow EJ. Okay, Cow EJ. computer assisted language learning, okay, called EJ. We have it here. And then you will see that, oh, this journal is indexed by Scopus quite some time. And it's in both field, computer science and linguistics, right? And then you look at their performance. Are they doing good? Oh, they're progressing, right? Okay, so yeah, you can feel safe, right? That okay, if you publish here, you know, your work is going well, it's gonna work. The reason I asked you is that I would like to show you one example. Okay. I think we have an article called not Asia, ASEAN EFL journal. Okay. The world's leading left-free journal. If you know, a few years ago, it is so popular. It's in Q2. Should you be publishing at this journal or not? Why not? So if you take a look, everybody, you could take a look and tell me if you see anything suspicious about this. Just only one page, and then you could see something suspicious about this journal. Anyone? The volume? The year? What year? Okay, so it's 2021. 2021.
Yes.
And we have January and March. So how frequent is it? So 6 issue per year. Is that a lot? It's a lot. Okay. As the editor, you must be a superman or superwoman, right? Okay. So this is one thing that, okay, is suspicious. What else? If we scroll down, anything else interesting? The same month. Issue 3.1 June, 3.2 June, 3.3 June. In 1 month, you have, you know, 3. Okay. So what word? Superwoman and superman, right? Okay. So it's suspicious, but people want to publish that. Anything else that you see suspicious? Anything interesting here? Anything that you see interesting? What year is it now? Oh, okay. It looks so good here. Well, let's have a look at this journal. Okay, inside Marco. Okay, so this is the ISSN. Okay, don't believe what the website say. Believe the Saimago.นะครับ. Okay, so you will go here. Ta-da! Oh, yes, I find it. ASEAN EFL journal, United Kingdom, looking so good. Do you notice anything interesting here? You want to avoid this, okay? So now there's a problem, right? There's a problem. That's why you should not be publishing. See, it's doing good. Q2, 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 3. And then after that, this continue. Okay. it has problem. So this is the way that you make use of Saimago นะครับ and another way that you could make use of Saimago is maybe looking at, do you know which journal that are listed that are indexed by Scopus? How many journal? We tell our student, or the student always tell us, Ajahn, Google, you will get the result. Okay, but not only this, right? You need to know the result. You need to know how. Okay, the very first thing that you do is, okay, you go to journal ranking, and after journal ranking, you want to select country. QRST, Thailand. And now we have 73 journal, okay, Thai journal that are listed in Scopus. But we want to be, to narrow down, because ELT is not science. So you're gonna say, okay, so let's just only journal in the area of social science and in Thailand. From 73, you have 18, right? Okay, we have learn, we have population study, we have Phasa, we have Mekong, we have reflection, things like that. We have Kasetsat journal. And if you want to be more specific, yes, I'm studying social science, but my area, okay, is in language, right? Linguistic and language. And then you will see, oh, okay. So there are 3 journals, Thai journal, that are listed by Scopus, which is Learn at Thammasat, Phasa, Chulalongkorn, and Reflection at KMUTT, right? Okay. So this is some way that you could know, okay? And if you are looking for a Scopus index journal, right? You want to say, because I think if you are here and you remember Ajahn Jonathan, okay? And then I said, I think I said one technique that you can publish is that you look for journal that has recently been indexed. How do you know that this journal has recently been indexed by Scopus or not? Anyone want to share? You will go here. Oh, before I go there, okay, so there is a problem with this journal, okay? When you look for journal, okay, don't believe everything they say on the website. Double check, okay, double check. And the next one that I said, that if you want to look for journal, okay, that are recently indexed by Scopus, you go here. You go to Scopus, right? Scopus. Click. Okay. Maybe another shortcut, okay? Scopus, and then you type source list. Okay. จดไว้ก่อนได้นะครับ Okay, so Scopus and then source list. Okay, and then you enter. I think it is this one, Scopus source list, and then you scroll down and down and down and down. I think it should be somewhere here. Download the source list that include discontinued source list as well. So if you want to download that, it is downloading. Okay. Oh, it's very updated. It's March 2024 already. Okay. I do this every month. Okay. I do this every month, and I'm gonna tell you why I did it. Okay. Let me close some of the. Okay, I have it here. And then what I do is I will go to accepted. I will go to accepted title. Okay, accepted title. And it start, the latest one is February, right? February. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna do it something like this. February to January, okay, because this is the two newest year, right? The newest month. And then you're gonna look something like this. You start by, maybe point by point, which journal is related to ELT? Okay, anything you see related to ELT yet? Uh-oh, now I found a new English teacher. Okay, it has been indexed by Scopus in February 2024. So you want to be the very first few people to send the paper there, right? Okay, you don't get much competitor. So that's the technique, ใช่ไหมครับ? And if you scroll down and then you see what else that is related to the journal, to ELT, you might not find it, but it's okay. I do it every month anyway, right? I think actually I found something about, I have this one. ขอแป๊บนึงนะครับ I have a list. I keep it in interesting journal and then I have a list of journal that, I found, oh, this is interesting. This one, Canadian Journal of Applied Linguistics. Canadian Journal of Applied Linguistics. So I'm gonna type the word find, and then I'm gonna find Canadian. Oh, not this one. Canadian Journal of Applied Linguistics. When was it indexed? January. So you want to be the very first few people to submit your paper there. You know what I mean now, right? Okay. Because this is my experience, okay? About November last year, okay? I do something like this, and I found this journal, okay? I found this journal here. It has recently been indexed by Scopus, okay? So it's called Study in Linguistics, Culture, and Foreign Language Teaching in Bulgaria, okay? So their latest issue is, the third issue, okay, of last year. And then Atipat Boonmoh. You can see me there. Okay, and once I publish, okay, I have very good communication with the editor, right? And then I tell the editor that, okay, I have, a few more articles coming. What do you suggest? Okay. And then, we kind of develop, academic relationship. So right now, one of my paper, another paper is being reviewed. Okay. And it's gonna come out soon. Okay. So I think this is the technique that, it's the shortcut that you can see, because BRU requests that you publish in Scopus, right? Okay. So I think I tell you more options. Do you think it's useful? Okay. All right. So you could make use, from the Saimago here. Now, maybe if you have any question, you could ask me. Okay. Any questions for now? Jonathan. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I haven't done that, but let me check. Okay, so let's take a look at the discontinue. Okay, the discontinue title, and I'm gonna write frontier. I think it's spelled like this. It's discontinued. You find it right away. And it was discontinued. When was it discontinued? Okay. So I think frontier, it has very high quartile, but I think there is a problem with some publication concern because sometimes, frontier, they ask for your APC, right? Article processing charge, okay? And yes, it's good, but sometimes, you are willing to pay and the journal, getting the money, okay? So there might be some occasion that, you get the article, but it has not been, very well written, okay? And that could affect, the reputation of the journal. Because there are, yes, I can agree with you that Frontier Journal, there are so, many good articles there. But at the same time, there can be some article that, having problems, okay?
On-site audience. Not about online audience. It's about the right? In the batch. For
Okay, if not, I'm gonna keep sharing. I will make sure that I finish at 3 o'clock. Okay, so I'm gonna keep talking. So I have another article, okay, that is being reviewed in Manutsaya Journal. Okay, so it's in, in the area of discourse analysis, if you are doing something about, this course, you could publish here. I mean, you could send your paper, okay, for publication here. It's free, and I think, okay, so they need just only 8,500 words, okay, and then you could talk in person, like personally with the editor, okay. ท่านอาจารย์เอก ท่านอาจารย์ know, do you know อาจารย์ Dr. นัทมา yes, okay. That's how I do it. I talk to her personally, say that, okay, I have an article in this area, okay, do you think it would fit into the scope or not? And then she said, oh, ส่งมาเลยค่ะอาจารย์ธิปัตย์ and then I submit. Okay. Okay, so this is the paper that I did, is the multimodal discourse analysis of English picture book in attracting reading, okay, because the student is the MA student, a Chinese student. She's working in kindergarten in China, and then she, she observed that in the book corner, children's corner, why do the children keep borrowing, this book, even though there are 10 books, okay? There must be something, about this book, the picture, the things, anything like that. Okay, so I submitted to this journal, okay, and I could share with you, okay. So even this is the first submission, okay, I got the result of the initial review, okay, similar to desktop rejection, okay, but the reviewer is very kind, okay. Please shorten the abstract. Okay, maybe because my one is 200 something, but it depends on the journal convention, right? Shorten it Two, we don't use APA, but we use Chicago Manual of Style. Oh, this is my first time of hearing it. What should I do? So I need to change from APA to Chicago, right? We attach the Turnitin input. And then the percentage of similarity, my similarity is 30%, reduce it to 25, something like this. So I need to do a paraphrase. Once you do this, submit the revision. Okay, so that is one thing that you could do. Okay, I have another journal, okay, that you might be interested in. Okay, it's this journal. It's เกษตรศาสตร์ journal. Okay. Personal. Okay. So เกษตรศาสตร์ Journal of Social Science. Okay. So it's in Q3. Okay. So now we submitted an article. Okay. And the status is awaiting SE recommendation. SE means section editor. Okay. I think, you know, this journal is also good. It's really quick. Okay. First thing, you write a paper, you submit to this journal system. There will be people looking at the format. If the format, you know, is still, you know, you forgot to double space, you forgot to add reference, they will send back it to you and then you revise. And once the format is clear, okay, you will pay $100 about 3,000 baht, 3,300. That's not the reviewing fee, but you know, it's the fee that they will maybe request some other reviewer to read. Okay, they do not guarantee the result, right? But the good thing here is that you could suggest a potential reviewer. Okay, suggest potential reviewer. So they're gonna ask you, can you name one person, you know, outside of your organization, okay, to look at your work? And can you name one person inside your organization? That's the possibility that, you know, the journal will approach, you know, the person you mentioned, or they, you know, just, you know, they might not. Okay, but anyway, I think, you know, they would approach the reviewer, those reviewer, and it's fast, very quick. This is another journal that, you know, I recommend that you know, consider. And now I'm just waiting for the result. I already published 2 papers with this เกษตรศาสตร์ University. Okay.